Hi and welcome, this is Peggy. Welcome to the next episode of our 10 videos for the envelope punch board. Today we are making 3 projects together. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you're having fun. Let's start with the video. So for the first project we need a 6x6 piece of paper. I chose Designer Series paper, double-sided. We are making a pinwheel box. Actually today we are only using 6x6 papers, so all of them are 6x6 inch. So we are starting and we are lining it up with the 2 1/4 inch mark, and we punch and score. And I'm sorry for the movement of the camera, because when I'm punching it's really quite rocking the table. And we're going to the 3 1/4 inch mark and punch and score. And we're going to do that on all sides, so we're not lining up any score lines. 2 1/4, punch and score, 3 1/4, punch and score, all the way around. So one more side. So last score line. So let's put the rubbish away. Okay, and what we have is a piece of paper that looks like that. Maybe I should turn it around. It's easier to see it on that side. Okay, so I will show you a close-up. You can see there are little tabs here scored. I will fold it maybe first, and it's easier to see. So I folded this part. Now you can see there's a tiny tab here, and there's a tiny tab here scored. Can you see that? These tabs need to go away, so I am going to cut them off, and this little square piece of paper is where we put our glue. So I'm going to show you one on camera, and the rest I'm going to do off camera. And I'm also not notching my little square piece a little because I want it to fit in the box snugly. So see, I chopped this off here and that off here, and what I have is a little square piece. So I need to make it into a glue, what do you call them? Where the glue is attached, yeah? So this little piece. I'm going to do that on all 4 sides, and then I'll be right back. So what we've got when we cut these little pieces off, and if we cut our little squares to size for the glue, is that. Well, I'll show you from the other side on the table. So this is the piece we have now. As I said before, the glue is going to be attached on here, but before that happens, I'm going to fold all my score lines properly so that they will work well for me. It's quite important. So, and now I need a kind of scoreboard. I have got this Stampin' Up scoreboard here. You can also use the Stampin' Up trimmer because it also scores. And we're going to score one little corner here each, and we're not going to score all the way down. So I'm going to show you. I aligned, or I put a little marker. Oh, you can't see, can you? Sorry. Yeah, I put a little marker there, so I know. This is 5/8 of an inch, the mark. Yeah, so I'm going to score down. Let me see that, find my little groove until I reach this place here. I'll show you a little closer. So until I come to that space here. So I'm just going down and I stop right here. So what I do then is I rotate it and I do the same again. I get into my groove and I score until I'm right here. The little flap was missing. And same with the next piece. And I always end up here in this little corner. Might be a little hard to see, but I hope you're getting the idea. And I'm going to show you what it does for us. So, since we folded our box this way, this edge that we scored now is going to be folded back. So, I'm going to fold the scored pieces or tabs maybe and burnish them really well because they need to lay pretty flat for our closure. Same here again. This is the scored line and I'm going the opposite way from the box. Normally, actually, I should also put the paper in the opposite way in. I forgot about that, but because this is cardstock and not a thinner paper, it doesn't really do anything if I fold it the wrong way. So this is what we have now, and you can already see the little pinwheel effect on the box. I'm going to put some fast fuse on these little tabs now to adhere the box together. Fast fuse works quite well and it is very fast, like the word suggests. So I really do hope you're having a nice day today. I'm quite excited because it's very sunny here in Berlin. We're having about 23 degrees at most, Celsius, not Fahrenheit. But it's nice and bright, so I really enjoy that. But in the morning it's really cold, around 8 degrees, so we didn't really have much of a summer, really. So I'm folding my box, I'm putting the little tabs in, yeah, with the glue, and I'm lining it up and attaching or completing the box. So let's open the little flap so you can see this is the inside. I can't even tell you the measurements now, can I? Let's see if I can manage somehow how big the box is. 3, 7. Well, it is either in centimeters 6.6-ish, around that. Square, because it's a square box. In inches, we have 1, 2 and 5/8. 2 and 5/8 square. So it's a cute little box. It's important that you use a pattern that's different. The outside is different from the inside. And then what we do is we're folding our box to make this little pinwheel. You have to try sometimes. Well, usually we go. For me, it's clockwise. For you, is it anti-clockwise? Anyhow, important is that when you start with one piece, you use the piece where the fold isn't there, so the other piece not next to the fold, right? Does that make sense? I do hope so. To get this little pinwheel pattern. And what we do with the last flap is a little fiddly. We want to put this in here, yeah, to create our pattern. So it is a little fiddly, I'm not going to lie about that, but it looks really cute, and so it doesn't need a special closure. See, there we go. Should I open it again, show you again? So we're going down, 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 down. So the last part where the opening is has to go into this under the first. How should I show you? This way maybe. Has to be tagged. No, I'm only looking on the camera. I can't see my hands. I hope it's working. Kind of has to be tucked in. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Sometimes it helps just to wiggle it a little. And it folds into place. And look, it looks so cool. This is about 1.5 centimeters tall, I'd say. Again, I can check quickly. Well, a little more than that. 1.7, 1.8 centimeters. Or 3/4, well, not shy of 3/4 of an inch tall. So that's the measurements of this box, and it looks really cute. I think it's a nice little size for a small gift, like one of our Stampin' Up little boxes, you know, these round boxes for buttons and embellishments and stuff. Anyway, that's first project. We should get on with it since we're still having a lot of projects to do. So the next project will be a triangular box or little bag, as you wish. Again, we've got our 6x6 paper, and we're going to punch and score at the 1 1/4 inch mark, which is right here. Punch and score. We have to turn it to the next side and go to the 2 1/4 inch mark and punch and score. Sometimes it's really hard to follow my measurements because I think, oh, that can't be, and so. And so in the same video, in the German video of part 7, I mixed up my measurements because I didn't trust them, and they were right. Anyway, so I have to get on with it. I turn around again, 1 1/4. Punch and score. And turn around again, 2 1/4. So, here we go. This is what we've got, and it looks a little funny. So, we have to turn over the paper. Oh yeah, and we have to repeat it, but only punching. So I have to see if this is going on. Yeah, I think it is. Let me see. Yeah, I think it's right. So 1 1/4. Punch, turn, 2 1/4. Punch, turn, 1 1/4. Punch, turn, 2 1/4. Punch. So that's what I wrote down. So I'm definitely hoping this is correct. It looks quite good. It looks like I punched on the right areas, in the right areas. So I have got my little cheat sheet here, so I have to look now and then because the projects are getting more complicated now. But also beautiful, you know, like our little box. So complicated is only to keep with the measurements. So I have to turn around. Oh yeah, and I have to fold these little corners because I haven't got that. So I line. Can you see that? There's our score line here, and I'm lining this piece of paper up with our score line. Maybe hard to see. And I'm not punching, but I'm scoring to get these little tabs scored here. And also here and here and here. So I hope it makes sense. I'm sliding it down until this part of the paper here meets the score line. And then I know, oh, I'm correct, in the correct position. So I'm just going to get on with it now instead of chatting you to death. So, alright, we've got that, we've got that. Alright, now we are rounding our corners. I'm most definitely going to give you all the information about where I got the ideas from, if I got them from different people, so that you can also have a look on their channel. Channel? Never mind. You know what I mean. Their YouTube channel, I think it is. So, let's see. I quickly have to think. Okay, we're going to fold our score lines now, burnish them. And then I'm going to show you the score lines, because it's always easier to see once you burnish them. So, here we go. So, what we've got is this. Maybe it's better to see on that side. So you can already see it will be a little bag or box like that. And these will be the flaps where we put our glue. So on our two bigger triangles, I'm going to cut down to this score line here. So just there. I'm going to show it closer. I'm going to cut this and that score line down. Let's do that quickly. And on the opposite side as well. So, that means they will go in like this and the back box will fold in like that. These flaps are quite large, can you see? So I'm going to shorten them a little because I don't need so much space for my glue to sit on. There is no need for you to do that, so if you prefer to keep them like that, go on. It's just an idea, my idea to make them a little shorter. So this is where the glue is going to sit, on these four sides. Where's my clasp fuse? Here we go, and I'm folding in my corners like that to make a nice clean edge. Here we go. So, what we've got then is that. A wee little box. We're going to fold in our two tiny little tabs. And if you like, you can also burnish them to keep them inside. So yeah, there you go. And we're going to fold in one of them. So let's have a look. Our box will be like that. This is our closure. So I'm going to choose this one to fold in. Also there I'm just going to burnish a little with my bone folder to lay it nice and flat. If you wanted, you can glue them in to keep them extra safe. I wouldn't normally do that, but for the sake of the video, I'm not going to. So what I now do is I pinch the center here to make it fold in a little, and this is how our triangular shape is going to form on both sides. And I'm just going to use my fingers for that. I'm trying to keep this edge nice and straight, yeah. And so you can see with our little closure, it looks like that. So that's the flap. So maybe I should, I don't know if it's possible to give this a bit of a coat. So there are different possibilities for closures. You can use magnets. You can use a piece of ribbon tied around with a bow. I decided today to use a braid closure. So I'm going to show you how I'm making a closure for this little box bag, whatever you want it to be, maybe a bag. So I'm choosing a braid from this braid collection that I bought online, or I think at some point. but any smaller bread would work. This is my size. Show you the back to compare. So, what else do I need? I need my punches because I need to make holes. So I've got 3 sizes actually: 1 millimeter, 2 millimeter, and yeah, this normal kind of hole punch size. So I'm choosing the smallest and the largest. With the smallest punch, I'm going to punch a hole in the center of my bag to put the bread in. And I'm just going all the way as far as I can and trying to center it, yeah. Oops, I don't really show you very well. So, put it in the middle of the bag and punch a teeny weeny hole, because that's enough for our bread. And I'm going to put the bread in and open it at the back, but I'm not going to push it all the way, because to be able to tuck our lid there, we need a little space. So I'm going to hold the bread with my fingers while I open the 2 little, what are they called? I don't know. But I'll show you there's a wee bit of room under our bread. Can you see that? Yeah. Yeah, so it's not totally flat. There's a bit of room which we will need. And inside I just really opened it. Oh, it's not really visible. Oh yeah, there it is. I just opened the bread. So now we need a hole in our flap where we will tuck the flap to the bread. So many words today. Okay, so I want the hole in the same place where the bread is now. So I'm lucky. I've got my hole punch has this hole here, so I can put it on the bread and then, or rather put it flap in first. But I can line it up below, which might be a bit fiddly. So what you also could do is pierce all with a piercing tool, and then you know exactly where both of your holes are. So there are more possibilities. I'm just a little lazy at the moment. I'm just trying to get it straight like that. So, and this is the normal hole punch that you would get also if you have a double hole puncher. And I'm slipping the bread through this hole, if it wants to. Let's push it out a little. Slipping my bread through that hole, and then somehow it's a little, and sliding the bread, no, the paper under the bread actually. Let's get you up. There we go, there we go, there we go. So. It's a little wiggly, I'm sorry, you might not have been able to see all that, me wiggling the bread, no, the flap with the hole under the bread, but I'll show you now to open it. I'm pushing, look, you can see, pushing it down and then it slides right out, and I'm pulling it up and it stays closed. So that's one way of a closure, and that's our little triangular bag, box, whatever you want to call it. It's a cute little, yeah, gift, and you could, of course, decorate it as well for that. I also actually had the idea, I prepared some decoration pieces, but I didn't actually put them there, so I'll show you quickly. Since the video is getting long again, oh dear. Either I'm chatting too much or it's taking too much time, oh well, we'll see. I've got a little red bow and I'm attaching it here to that tag. And this is a Stampin' Up tag, it's a punch that you can buy. You might recognize it as this punch. So, show you the original. I just stamped my greeting, which came from Kreativkiste in German, you know, this set which comes with these little box framelets. It's really cute, and it has a lot of sayings in English as well. And then what I did is I just cut here across to make a little tag, and I punched a hole, and I sponged the edges with crumb cake ink. And that was all I did to make that little tag. So you can use different punches to get different effects as well. So you don't just have to use tag punches. So basically you could decorate this box with a tag like this and a bow, or you can, maybe it's a bit too big for this one, but I just want to show you, you can decorate it as you wish. So we've got one more project to go. Let's make a little space. This is going to be a bent over box, or a domed box. Again, we need our paper to be 6 by 6 and an envelope punch board. Let's see if I'm on camera. So we are putting our paper to the 1.5 inch mark and punch and score. Turn it around to the 3 inch mark and punch and score. Yeah, and keep on doing that. Sorry. Now and then I have to look on my little piece of paper. So, and the 3 inch and punch and score. So, now we have to punch the lines that we've got, and where there isn't, well, let's bend this first, fold this first. Look here, there's a fold line and we haven't got a mark there, a punch mark. So I'm going to line it up with my nose here, these score lines that aren't punched, and I'm going to punch them. So that's pretty much all. Did I forget something? Oh yeah, there's one here. Didn't see that one. Score line. And there's one here. So there are 4 score lines that have to be punched to get this kind of pattern. So let's put the paper away. So we are going to round up corners. I love this corner rounder, it's fantastic. So, okay, there we go. And I'm going to fold the score lines now. So we've got 2 score lines going that way, and we've got 2 score lines going that way. So, and this part and that part is going to be domed. So I'm going to cut it first, and then again on the wider triangle is where I'm going to cut in here the score line to make our little foldable flaps for the glue. Okay. So, and to make it easier for the paper to curl a little, I'm going to use my longer bone folder, and I'm going to slide under the paper to make it curl. I'm going to do that on these both sides, as well as on the smaller sides. So this makes it easier to curl. You can see that, I think. It's pretty curled. So, I just have to quickly look if there's something else to do before I put the adhesive on. Yeah, actually that's okay. So we'll put our adhesive on these little flaps. We're going to put the box together like the others as well. So, Beautiful. So you can see the curling going on already, and that's what we want to, yeah, that's where we want to go. This box doesn't close completely, so you still have teeny weeny gaps. You can push in the sides a little more, and it looks a bit like an American post box. And again, there are different possibilities for closure. You could use magnets or Velcro tape, Velcro with adhesive, basically, and you could tie a ribbon around that. It makes a really nice bent, dome-shaped little box in a good size. I'm going to use magnets today for fun. I've got these neodyne, I think they're called, magnets. They're super strong, and you can put them on with a glue dot. Usually that is more than enough to put the magnet down. These are pretty strong, so I have to see how that will work. And hang on, maybe I did it wrong. I actually wanted to put the magnet. I have to see now. So I've got a glue dot on each of the magnets, and I'm going to look whereabouts I want to put it. And I'm going to put one on the inside of this flap, not too far in, because you see that flap doesn't really get too far over the box. So, and then let's see if this works. No. Okay, I put a glue dot on the wrong side, which happens sometimes. So I'll just get rid of that glue dot, and the magnets find each other. Yeah, so one is there, and I put a glue dot on that, and then press the lid down. So there we go. Show you the glue dot on the little magnet. And I'm going to curl it, push in the sides a little. And wherever I think it's straight and where I want it, I have to look from above. Hang on. Squeeze and push and fuzz. And push it down. And the magnet will stick there, and to make it really stuck, I'm pressing it in. And so whenever I want to close it, now I can put my goodie inside, push in the little tabs a little, and curl over the, oh, I could have actually put it a bit further, but anyway, curl over the top to close this little box. Isn't that cute? I hope this gives you another idea. You can see I could have put my magnet a little closer to the edge. It doesn't close so completely, but it's all right. It closes and opens, and that's what's important. So you can, again, where's our decoration? Oh, can't find it. Ah, there we go. Again, I could put some kind of decoration on that, or put flowers or whatever I want to. This is just an idea. And there we have, look, I've got these nice paper flowers, for example. So there we have our ideas for today. I'm really pleased that everything worked out in this video, while in the German it didn't really work out so well. I think these boxes, bags, whatever you want to call them, are really cute, and it's, once you get to it and try, it's not too difficult to make. So, thank you very much for watching today, and have a lovely time till in the next video. Bye bye. If you want to send me a message, go ahead, write me an email. The email address is always in the description of the video. Thanks a lot. Goodbye.